Oh,
I switched it around.
Not yet. Same.
So who's locked up?
Locked up is not the real word. We cannot travel in the moment. We are waiting in Germany lockdown for maybe Monday.
Okay. But you can still go out, and but restaurants are also already closed, no?
Restaurants are closed. The stupidities in Germany is they are open from 9 to 6. And after that, it's closed. That is the only reason is by law. When they close it completely, they have to pay for the turnover. So it's so stupid.
Well, they are maybe smarter than the Belgian and Italian government, you know. Who say we will pay later.
Oh, later. Whatever. Bavaria paid yesterday. I called his friend. Bavaria is paying 5,000 euros cash yesterday to everybody who is going there. And not to pay back 5,000 euros.
Maybe I should move to Bavaria.
Not really.
Hey, Claudia. Nice you're here.
5,000 euro is not enough for me to move to Bavaria.
Well, for a day, I mean.
For a day.
One day.
For every day.
Yeah.
Well, late September during the Oktoberfest then.
Oh, then you need more.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
5,000 I can manage a day, I think.
Yes. You have enough cigars in. So how many people are online?
25 right now.
25, okay. That is good.
I hope you don't mind. I shared the invitation out on the Reddit cigar board to let folks know as well.
Nick, hi.
How are you? You well?
Yes, I'm fine.
Hey,
Lovely. Hey, boys.
hey Nick.
Don Guido has already his nice hat, you know.
Good, Fred.
Ja, genau. Ja, das war wieder was anderes. Ja. Ja.
You know this one, Nick, no?
Viel besser.
But I have another one.
Ah,
I should have those nut fedoras somewhere, but it's 11, so I'm not gonna wake my daughter up just to find them somewhere in a closet.
Where are you, Ferdinand?
Singapore.
Okay.
Oh,
So good afternoon, everybody. How are you guys doing?
great.
Ronnie.
Great to have you all here. It's an absolute pleasure that we get to enjoy a cigar together. I mean, it's tough times for everybody, right? And I really appreciate you coming here and showing up for a little herf this afternoon, or morning or evening, wherever you are in the world. We've got people from all over the place, right? That's fantastic. So, as you guys already know, we have Fred here today as our special guest, and I'm super happy, Fred, that you are joining us for the opening of the Light 'em Up community and lounge. So, well, big hands for Fred, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Fred.
Thank
you
you
guys
for the
all have
invitation.
your Oliva cigars with you. What are you smoking? Let's share some beautiful cigars and show us what you got.
smoking the El
We're not,
Cobre. It's a
we're not
private
super
label.
full yet, so people just speak up. I think we're going to be fine. Otherwise, just mute, unmute yourself.
Camacho Diploma.
De El Cobre bij Oliva.
Blend number 7, Saga.
Something I just found in my ashtray.
Hank Maori.
Keine Ahnung.
Oliva V Melanio.
Good choice.
Oliva Serie O. Robusto.
Oliva Master Blend number 2.
Beautiful.
Oliva Serie V, Double Toro.
Oliva Serie V Liga Especial.
I've got my Oliva Serie V Maduro, the 5x54 lit up. Beautiful thus far. Fred, what are you smoking?
I also went for a Serie V Double Toro. It's my 4 o'clock cigar.
5 o'clock?
4 to 5, yeah, indeed.
That's a perfect time, right? So we've got more than 30 people now. There's more coming whilst we're smoking. Gino is here as well.
Hi to everybody.
Big hands for the Italians.
Olivia Serie O.
Gino.
Hello to everybody.
Hey, you lost your hair.
Yes, just coming from the hairdresser. My wife asked me 20 euro to do it.
20 euros.
Yeah, I have to pay my wife to do it.
So lock up for 6 months now.
At least.
Yeah, what a pity.
So Fred, how about you give us just a bit of an insight of what's going on at the moment with Oliva. How's the situation for you guys? Give us some insights.
First of all, congratulations with the fantastic thing you're setting up here. I think in all the negativism and the difficulties that we're living in today, it's great to have a moment and to see some people and just enjoy a cigar together without being able to move from your house of the office. So really well done, and you can be proud. You know, I'm a big fan already, and I think it will survive the Corona times. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
And then currently for us, it is challenging. You feel that in different markets, you know, cigar specialty stores are unfortunately not seen as a necessary good. So if you look in Belgium already, it's the case, but also in the US, it starts really, I mean, very heavily. Smoking lounges have to close, and all cigar shops have to close as well. So countries where you can sell online still do sell online, but if you don't have that opportunity, like in Belgium where it's not allowed, it's better to stock up your humidor before such a lockup. And then in terms of the factory in Nicaragua, there was no case until yesterday. Yesterday was the first case that popped up. It seems to be somebody that comes from Italy. Sorry, Gino, you know, don't take it personal. It all started from one place. The factory is still rolling cigars. We're still on track, let's say that way. We tried to ship out quite some cigars that we had in stock, you know, I mean, that were ready for shipment. But instead of keeping them in Nicaragua, we have shipped them to the US and to Europe, because we were afraid also that maybe sometimes, I mean, I don't know, order blocks will be there. It will be difficult to ship them out. But the factory is running, and I talked to the people today, and look, I mean, it's still, I mean, we do everything we can to have a clean, I mean, environment. I mean, we installed the washing basins at the entrance of the factory. We try to move the tables a little bit so that the rollers are not so close next to each other. In terms of transport, we try to be wise. We have masks that we provide them during the transport. So there are plenty of things that we're setting up, you know, to avoid, I mean, any issue. And I think personally, okay, but this is a personal view, is that of course in the countries, because we have factories in Dominican Republic and Sri Lanka as well, we feel that yes, there is of course Corona, but I think in the hot temperatures that the spread will not be so quick like it is over here. Now in Dominican, at the other hand, there are, I mean, a couple of cases, and there, I mean, things are really going bad these days, where factories are closing for a couple of weeks. So we had the announcement that Fuente is closing until 3rd of April, Ernesto Perez Carrillo closed, La Aurora closed. Now General would close, Swedish Match would close. So, I mean, there are plenty of
Blanco closed.
Voila. So and I feel Dominican, also Maya Selva and Honduras was announcing a closure. So I feel Dominican Honduras is heading to closures already, though they are in the beginning of the epidemic. So you don't know whether if you close already now, you're almost obliged to close for 2 months. So it's
Honduras is mandatory
to do it that way. But for us, up to now in Nicaragua, we're able to continue. Also on the tobacco fields, things continue as it's done normally. Okay, there is less danger, of course, but also on the stripping, we try to do everything to inform the people because for them it's also new, and also the basic hygiene rules are things that we are very, very strictly following. So it's tough. It's for me, the most important thing is also that somebody who wants to enjoy a cigar, I mean, is able to buy it. And that's of course a more difficult part in countries like Belgium now, and maybe Germany already today. I'm not really aware there, but I heard Greece is closing up totally. In the countries where you have the official tobacco licensed shops like Spain, France, Italy, I mean, there are still quite some shops who are open, so you can still find your cigar. So it's really depending country by country. But it has a huge impact on the whole, I mean, supply chain, on the whole thing working. And here in Belgium, where we have our distribution center for Oliva to the rest of the world, we have fantastic people, I mean, everywhere, but here also who are in the middle, you know, of a crisis where everybody every day says like, stay home, but where they come to work, we are, I mean, very clear, keeping more distance even than 1.5 meters. It's 3, 5, 10 meters, you know, I mean, I think they have 30 square meters per person. During lunch, they're very far away, but they still come. So orders are still shipped out of this distribution center, and then hopefully, I mean, in the countries where they have to arrive, people are still able to distribute them to other parts. So so in that sense, you know, that's a little update of Oliva under Corona.
How's the situation with the people? Like, how's the feeling with all the workers that you have at the factories or at the fields?
Anxiousness. People are afraid. They don't know what will come. They don't know what it really do to them. But they hear about all the, I mean, the horrific situations in Italy and now coming up in Spain, that they are afraid. So a very important part of our day-to-day job today is really communication and talking to them and explaining the real situation. You know, you don't have to say like it's not true. It is reality. Secondly, you have clearly to mention that yes, I mean, there are dangers, you know. So I mean, what we did and try to do in all companies is like everyone who's 60 plus, everyone who has a kind of weak lungs or weak health in general, or people that do not come to work, you know, I mean, we really want to have these people out and have these people to stay home. But the general feeling is that people are afraid, you know, I mean, and that we have to try to explain, like, look, I mean, we will do everything we can, I mean, to secure your health situation, and also at the other hand, you know, the fact that we can pay your salary, you know, so and that's something that's a balance between two. And I'm not, look, again, you know, if things have to, again, when factories close, we always look to see like how much can we help the people, because especially in countries like Nicaragua, Dominican and Sri Lanka, you don't have social security. So it's very easy to say, yeah, stay home, we will not pay you, but that means there is no income, there is zero income from them. So we look all over the world to make sure that people who have to stay at home because of governmental rules or because of rules from our side, that we can, let's say, at least give them an opportunity to earn a basic, or give them a kind of advance that later on, I mean, we can see how we settle it among each other. but that we try to be as correct as possible towards these people.
Isn't there an option for people to work at home, that you supply them with tobacco and once a week somebody picks up the cigars, have them, and then pay them per quality controlled cigar?
It's a very challenged process because you have, of course, the tobacco. When you give it to them, I mean, they have to keep it in a good way, you know. So it has to stay in the good humidity and things like that. And secondly, Ranchero and Rolero don't live together. So I mean, then you have to make sure that they are, let's say, going in their other house to do it. And thirdly, their houses are not always, I mean, set up in a way that when you live together with your parents or with even grandparents to do that. What we think, if it would go really, I mean, in a bad direction, we have like A and B troops, you know, so that we can say like, look, everybody in the A shift doesn't come anymore for a week. We see what I learned, I mean, we talked to doctors too, is that if after 1 week, 10 days, let's say, the illness does not come out, you know, imagine somebody in the group has the coronavirus. Within that group, we keep them at home for 1 week, 10 days. After 10 days, those who don't feel anything, or they have had it, but they are immune and they're okay, or they just didn't have it and they can come back to work. So that's a bit the way how we see it. But I think bringing it really back to their homes, I think is a logistical nightmare. Is very, very difficult. And I think, okay, it all depends how long it takes. And those are opportunities maybe to think about when it's really for a very long time a big issue. But okay, you know, I mean, today it's surely not an option.
Because I know that one factory in Nicaragua already closed the doors for a month. Of course, it's a small factory, and they have enough. They made sure they had enough stock. But for a big operation, you know, it would also mean that if you have half the workers stay at home and work from home, you have more space for the rest of the workers. That could, you know, potentially be a solution. But yeah, it is a bit of a logistic nightmare, but it's better than nothing, I think. So maybe that's something to investigate.
For sure. Thank you. I mean, it's
David, I saw you had a question. How about you unmute your mic and just share it?
No, my question was in general, let's say hypothetically. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Can hear you.
Hypothetically, yeah, if that tomorrow there's a complete shutdown in Nicaragua, how long could you supply cigars? Or in other words, what is your stock here? How many do you have stored right now that are to be shipped? Ready-made cigars.
3 months.
3 months. Okay, good. Nice.
We increased. You know, Nicaragua is also a country where you don't only have the health issues now. You also have the always looming possibility that politically there are maybe some turbulences. So in that sense, in the last years, we tried, because those things you have to do very, very, very gradually. We try to build up our stocks. In Granel, we have more cigars than ever. But okay, I mean, they have to. We give them the time to rest, and then of packed boxes ready to be smoked, let's say, and shipped. I mean, we have 3 months for sure.
Is it actually with the cigars? Is it similar to raw materials like, I don't know, oil, gold, whatever, that the prices are going up and down?
Excuse me, can you repeat your question?
Yes, I was just wondering if you have a stock for 3 months and now there's a shutdown, let's say, okay, of course the prices would go up for cigars because they're scarce. So is in your, let's say, experience, cigar a commodity more or less, yeah, that's going up and down in prices?
I think that, look, I mean, I don't think that we will increase our prices to importers because I mean there is a scarcity of cigars. One thing we do not want to do is sell cigars that are not aged, cigars that are not that did not follow the process. So one thing we will never do is speed up the process. So worst case scenario, we have a lack of cigars on the market and we cannot sell. But we will not. I don't see a reason to say like, yeah, we have a supply problem. Let's let people pay more for our cigars. And secondly, we will surely not also, we have a supply problem, let's speed up process X, Y, or Z. You know, so I mean, I think that time is very important. And again, the Olivas, if you talk to Gilberto Senior earlier days, or to Gilbert and Jose, I think the Olivas always tried to make cigars that were affordable. Of course, I know a V and a Melanio are more expensive cigars, but with the O and the G, you have cigars that are in lines of very good quality, but also very, I mean, affordable prices. And I think that what they wanted to do from the beginning was make sure to offer very good cigars at very reasonable prices. So raising prices because of scarcity would be a total thing against, let's say, that kind of philosophy. And I wouldn't like that much, so at all. So I don't think we will do that.
Very good.
Talking about very reasonable priced Olivas, recently somebody gave me a bunch of the Oliva Baptiste, which is a blend only for famous smoke. And I love those, and they're like $4 US. Any chance of them getting released internationally?
I don't think so, not immediately.
Too
But
bad,
you know,
because
you know
really
where to
love
find
them.
your source. Sorry, Ferdinand.
Those are amazing.
By the way,
Would you repeat which ones
for the
those were?
people, sorry. For the people who don't, sorry, Joshua. For the people who don't know my father, he's normally also somewhere on the call. He put his special Nicaraguan hat on, and he says hi. But so that's Guido. You know, I sometimes talk about my father, but finally some of you can meet him in real life, in real virtual life.
Ah, I see him now. But he's muted.
Yeah, I don't know. He knows where the button is to unmute, but okay. I'm sure he says hi. Sorry,
Mr.
Joshua.
Saga, you wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Go for it. Gunther, you had a question. I saw you raise your hand.
No, I just wrote a small item to Ben Vinken. No problem.
Right. So you can, at any time during the meetup, if you want to write some questions in the chat, or just let me know that you would like to ask a question. We're just muting some microphones every now and then so that we avoid background noise, because otherwise, if there's a very noisy background, we just have all the feedback and all the response, and it's maybe uncomfortable for a couple of people. Other than that, just unmute yourself at any given moment.
Why are all your seats in the background empty?
It's called quarantine, Heiko.
Oh, you are still at the Hyatt.
Social distance.
Social distance.
But that's why we have all you guys here in the meeting, so that's perfect.
Fred, what's your biggest market in terms of, I don't know, Europe, whatever?
Biggest market for Oliva stays the US, and outside the US there are a couple of markets that are big for us. France became a much bigger market because of our attention to it and our possibility to also to have our sales team selling in there, but also the Netherlands, Germany, Spain, Hong Kong, and bigger China area are also big regions, and I think those are the big numbers. Let's say if you would look to our top 5, this is what it would be. But I think since we look, the Olivas I still have a lot of contact with the family, and we still, I mean, like each other and have very good connections. And I think in the past, Brian Shapiro, who's also on the call normally, I mean, did a great job in making Oliva an international, let's say, brand that is known outside of the US as well. And the advantage we have now, of course, is that we had already some of our export managers who had already connections in a lot of markets. And if you see the the increase of our sales internationally in the last years was quite, I mean, impressive. But it's still, compared to the total number, less than 10% sales.
Thomas had a good question. He's asking, Fred, what's your favorite drink to go with an Oliva Serie V?
I'm Belgian, so I have to say that I sometimes follow Ben Vinken's proposals. Well, voilà, there he is with some specialty beers. So I mean, there are 2, 3. I mean, like the Saint Bernardus is a Belgian AP 12 beer that I like a lot with a cigar. And if you go to brandies, I'm much more a dark rum drinker, let's say that way. Not into the extreme, you know. I mean, and I'm still exploring a lot. Being a Nicaraguan cigar manufacturer, I mean, I love to explore the Flor de Caña, let's say, range, you know. I mean, we're at the 18, you know. I mean, I think that I prefer that one more than the 25. So I mean, it's or dark rum or it's a beer. And I have to say that, like in an afternoon, like now, you know, I mean, even when I'm in the office and we're having a chat, you know, I mean, it's even without alcohol that I love to enjoy my cigar on a pure basis.
I think that's actually a very important point. A lot of people forget that having a non-alcoholic pairing with cigars is so important now, because it gives you much more opportunity to enjoy a cigar throughout the day, even in the morning or for your lunch break, and you probably have to work afterwards. So having something non-alcoholic with that can, first of all, be a delightful pairing, and secondly, I think super important just to also open up new audiences and make cigars a bit more approachable, probably. Like for me, I have the Serie V Maduro, the 5x54. I could see that go really, really well with some blood orange juice, for example. Bit of acidity to liven up the palate and to freshen up with these very full-bodied, almost like creamy, fruity nuances. I think that could be a cool pairing.
I think beer is the best.
Any other ideas, guys? What are you enjoying with your cigars right now?
Well, can we speak?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can hear you, Ben.
I'm having a fantastic specialty blonde beer of 9 degrees alcohol, a triple. And you need some strength in your beer, whether you drink a triple or a very dark, high in alcohol beer. But we did a lot of exercises, a lot of tastings for my former magazine. And this was the conclusion, that because beers have a refreshing thing in them. If you serve them very cold, with your mouth is warm from the cigar and it gets refreshment, but also a pairing experience. So my favorite accompaniment stays beer, and it is not too alcoholic, so you can be fit for the rest of the day.
Sounds fair.
Nick, clean up your office, bro.
Guys, I just saw that Brian is on. Hi, Brian.
Hey,
How are
Brian.
you? You're muted. You have to activate it.
That's probably for the
Got it.
best, Brian.
All right, now I'm here.
I like it better when you were muted.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, how are you? I'm sitting outside here in New York City, and it's raining, so I have to sit underneath my roof.
Hello,
Okay.
Katja.
I'm freezing. Hey, how are you?
Good, man. Happy you made it, Brian.
Yeah, I'm happy I'm here too. It's getting a little boring.
It's something that is also
Sitting in
special.
New
You
York
know,
with
in
nothing to
New
do.
York City, such a, I mean, huge world, I mean, capital, let's say that way. And then Brian is looking for a place to smoke a cigar, and as everything is closed of bars and lounges, there is no way to smoke a cigar except to the place where he's now. So you have to be very motivated these days in New York to smoke cigars.
I'm plugging one of your private labels, Brian.
Pre.
Oh, I don't hear.
There is not even not a place to smoke in New York. There is even no internet anymore, you know.
I always like it when Brian is quiet. It doesn't happen a lot.
Did you guys also realize that there's quite a few issues with the internet going on at the moment? A lot of people are having connection issues.
Yeah, that's because everybody's watching Netflix, YouTube, and Pornhub.
The Italians.
Oh, I mentioned Pornhub, and suddenly Sam wakes up. See that?
So we're expecting a baby boom.
Oh yeah.
February.
And divorce.
Oh, no, the coronavirus takes
Yes,
out
a
the
lot of
young and
divorces.
takes care of a new generation.
The Corona generation, yeah.
Absolutely. It's the generation.
That's the reason why everyone needs toilet paper. Because watching Pornhub.
But Claudia, you have the right cigars that we brought from Florida.
Have you got any?
Claudia, show up your cigars.
No, it was gone.
It was gone. I have two.
Yeah.
A Maduro and a normal.
No, I had some insects in it.
We have one question. How many cigars do you smoke a day, and how many non-Oliva cigars do you smoke?
I smoke 10 a day.
I smoke 1 to 2, sometimes 3 or 4 a day. And I smoke all over the board, so a lot of non-Olivas too. But I do have some very old, rare Olivas in my collection. So
My favorite made by Oliva is Cane F Double Toro. And the Daytonas are nice.
Daytonas are good.
But Reini, getting back to your question on what we're all drinking, I'm actually enjoying something very special. You might know. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
well.
It is good.
An 18-month-old in bourbon oak barrels. This is our from Padre Azul.
Yeah, for my friend Kretsche.
Yeah, exactly. So, by the way, so everybody's doing fine in Mexico. You know, our distillery, the Tres Mujeres in Amitatan, 14 kilometers south of the town of Tequila. Everyone is at home. Everyone is healthy. Everyone is fine. It's shut down. The complete consumption is completely shut down. But for you all, there was enough tequila in Europe and in the United States to go for until the end of the year. We just got the latest container shipment in to Europe a month and a half, and so we're good for that because we don't know how long it's going to take to be able to even harvest. So you have to harvest time. So it might be difficult. It's going to ruin the fruit. It's kind of the balance with the tequila. You have to cook the agaves, then you have to distill, but we can't do anything right now in Mexico. So it's going to be interesting on how this whole thing develops,
I think you're underestimating the current consumption rate.
The last time I had tequila was at Intertobacco a few years ago at the Mexican party, and I still get a hangover if I think of that night.
I had this Padre Azul in last summer in Dresden. Kretsche brought a 4-liter bottle, and I start drinking and drinking and drinking, and I feel nothing. Then I go to the toilet, and even I cannot stay anymore. This is really great stuff.
Great stuff.
Well, I'm drinking the Don Q spiced rum.
Ooh, nice.
I recently discovered that one here in Singapore, and I love it.
By the way, we did a tequila pairing tasting for the last edition of Cigar Journal, which was super interesting. Katja, you were part of it?
Yep. It was great.
It can be polarizing, but once you find a good pairing, it's stunning. Like, it can be super interesting with these greenish agave notes that like a slight salty and mineral note can be perfect pairing for cigars. Thomas, I saw you had a question. Do you want to unmute yourself, or do you want me to read it for Fred?
Thomas, don't make it too difficult.
Yeah. Hello, Fred.
Thomas just wants to ask for a raise.
Hello, Fred. Do you see me? Do you see me?
I hear you.
Yeah. Okay. I have one question for you. When you're going to Esteli, to the Oliva factory, what is the first place you want to go in? What place you want to see and visit in Esteli in the factory?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Not so difficult, I think.
The first thing that came up in my mind, I have to say, was the beautiful in Taborisa Dos. We have a beautiful lounge now, I mean, on top of the roof where you can look over Esteli. And so when you had a trip that is normally always quite hectic, traveling to Nica, I love to arrive there, have a cigar, relax and enjoy. And then afterwards, I have to say I think still the process, the rolling room, you know, where we are is a fantastic place for me, because this is still where the magic happens. And thirdly, it's a strange area, but the Pilon area, you know, I mean, where we do the fermentation it's a heavy area to be in, because of course the ammoniac smells that you sometimes have in there. But I'm very fascinated about the process of that fermentation, because it's crucial in making good tobaccos, and it's amazing how you see that evolution and smelling the tobaccos in the different stages is let's say for me then the next thing that I really want to go in. So those are, let's say, my favorite parts of the factory.
Well, that last room will also wake you up after a long trip.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Thank you very much, Fred, for the answer.
Yeah.
I have also a question for Nick.
Hey, Tommy.
Hello. I have a question for Nick Hammond.
Yeah, hi, mate.
What is the first story that pops up in your mind when you last smoked an Oliva, or in the past?
Fred will know this. It was a rather interesting lunch we had at Fred's mother and father's house. Thank you, Guido. It was an amazing afternoon. And we have a little story about that in the next Cigar Journal, I think, Katja, don't we?
We will, yes, exactly.
So I won't tell you too much, but we did have quite the afternoon, didn't we, Fred?
We did, but I think you have to tell the last part. I don't know if you covered that one in your story, you know?
Yeah, no, this is true. That's not in the story. So Sasha and I went to meet Fred and his parents, and we had, as I say, a wonderful afternoon, lovely lunch, some good smokes, and we had a drink or two. And so we were hopping back into Sasha's car to head back to Holland. It was a cold day, very foggy. We got lost on the way home at least once. We eventually got onto the motorway. We're heading home. We were chatting. We were enthusiastic about everything we'd talked about. And then the car started to slow down. And Sasha, being Sasha, said, "Fuck." And we pulled to one side of the road, and he'd forgotten to put petrol in the car. So there we were, stuck at 10 o'clock at night on a freezing night at the side of the motorway. But he did have some Oliva cigars with him, so we just sat and smoked cigars. And this guy,
luckily you drank enough in the afternoon that you didn't need another drink.
No, I didn't even need a Coke, Fred, to be honest. And this guy came from the recovery and knocked on the window. We wound down the window, and all this smoke poured out of the car. And this guy just started laughing. And he took us, went off to get a can of petrol when we managed to get home. But yeah, that story, that part of the story is not in the production one.
It was a good part. It was great to hear you.
Very nice story.
Indeed, indeed.
Good to hear from you, mate.
So Thomas, maybe, I mean, how was you just came back from Nicaragua?
Yes, a couple of weeks ago, we had the chance to go there together with 2 colleagues and a client. And we visited the factory, the farm. It was fantastic to see. We learned a lot. It was not a holiday, it was a training. We learned from the seed until the smoke, the cigar itself. It was fantastic. It's something I recommend to everybody here online who wants visit the factory, take a tour. Very nice people, also Maria Jose, who guided us through the factory. Fantastic experience.
Well, I thought it was a holiday, no?
Well, we woke up at 6:30 and we came back to the hotel at 7, completely tired of working. And no, but it was really nice. It was really fun. Something I really want to recommend to everybody who has a chance to go to Nicaragua. At the same time, or the week after actually, we had a couple of clients visiting the factory, and they were very impressed to see everything that you have done, the investments, also the people who are working there in very nice, safe environment. It's a big change with what we have seen in the past. Really, congratulations with that.
Thanks to you too.
Yeah, you know, it's been a few years since I was there, but I agree with Thomas. You should definitely visit Oliva factory, because it's. I've seen a lot of factories in Nicaragua, and even though it was before the renovation, it was impressive to see. And Maria Jose is a fantastic host. But Gilberto was amazing too. He's so
that's
funny.
it. I know, and the whole team there is Eduardo and Pablo, and really great
also
guys.
Ernesto, who learned us a lot from the tobacco, also that side, blending, and also the tasting the different types of leaves from different plantations. That was also an experience that I never had before. And that's something very interesting to increase your knowledge about the different tobaccos used in Oliva cigars.
Fred, maybe you want to go a little into more details about which tobaccos you're using at the moment with Oliva. Maybe you have a favorite one to work with at the moment.
I have to say that we're very, very proud that since this year we became farmers too. And so, as you're well aware, you know, I mean, we came in, we were in the cigar industry for 3 generations already, and this year, last year in 2019, now we closed everything January 2020. The family Oliva was in the tobacco growing. Gilberto Senior was always growing tobacco. That was where everything started from their side. And after Gilberto Senior passed away, the brothers decided to sell it also to us, because they said, like, look, if our father is not there anymore, we don't see who from us will do the operations of the tobacco growing. And so we acquired their operations in Nicaragua, which was a logical next step. I mean, after the acquisition of Oliva, and so now on top of that, you know, I mean, we had the opportunity to buy 3 farms, of which one was named Manguito, but we changed it in Manguido, you know, I mean, in the honor of my father, and on these 3 farms. That are mainly, I mean, filler farms in the Codega region. We grow really, it's fantastic to see what we're doing now in terms of tobacco growing, of course, but also seed development. And for me, if you say like, the strength for me of the Nicaraguan cigars is clearly, I mean, the fillers that come from Condega and Jalapa, you know, I mean, and Omotepe as well, which has a different taste, and which adds some nice, I mean, flavors into your cigar. So it all starts to me, I mean, with the blend of these fillers, and then with the wrappers that we use, which are mainly the Sumatra seed and the Havana seed wrappers, but also some San Andres and other things. But if you ask them to me, the Sumatra wrapper is personally one of my favorite ones. It's a very difficult wrapper to work with in a lot of ways. From the growing onwards, it's a tobacco that is very difficult to grow. It's very sensible. I mean, one little mistake ruins your crop of Sumatra very, very easy, much easier than on a Havana wrapper. And so that means it's very difficult. And I feel, for me, in the Sumatra wrapper, I have the taste that you have is to me, I mean, one of the most refined ones you have in wrappers. We still use, with our machine-made side, the Sumatra from Sumatra, so the original Sumatra. And it's clear that all the Sumatras that are grown in the Middle Americas do have a total different taste profile. But the story is a bit the same, you know, I mean, I think, and the positive thing about the Sumatra grown in the Middle Americas is positive, whatever. The different thing is that it lost a bit of the spiciness, but it kept the very subtle, you know, I mean, smoke that you have in there. And what we did was we tried, and we still are trying, you know, I mean, you try different blends together with that Sumatra, and it's funny how you can have some blends that with Sumatra really don't go at all, and other blends that really gave, I mean, to the Sumatra leaf the thing that it's needs. So I think that's a bit the blending part. If I go to direction, I did not find of development, I did not find any tobaccos yet that gave me that opportunity to really have that subtle. I compare it often with a very high-end Bordeaux red wine of France, where also people are asking sometimes crazy prices, but you can find moderate priced Bordeaux wines, which are fantastic. I have the luck that my father in the 90s, where the prices were not crazy at all, bought a lot of wines, and that I could grow up and make my palate, I mean, with these tastes and these flavors in my mouth. And these are not flavors that go into your mouth and really, I mean, take your flavor out of it. You know, I mean, it's very subtle, and it's the evolution you have in these cigars is for me even more than the evolution you have with even a Havana wrapper.
Fred, I have a question.
Know, Reinhard, I mean, or Reinhold, yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you have mentioned that my audio is not really very good. Do you have farms in all of the Nicaraguan regions, in Condega, Jalapa, Ometepe, or just Esteli area?
It's Esteli and Condega area, and the point is that we continue what the Olivas were doing, and the Olivas were working very close for more than 20 years with farmers in the other regions. So with farmers also in Jalapa, in Condega, I mean, in all these regions where we have contacts with the farmers that grow since, like I said, some 5 years, but some really, I mean, over 20 years do grow tobacco for the Olivas. And it's a nice way of working together, giving also, it's good to have your own farms, to have a kind of security of supply, but also to have farms where you can do seed development and also seed cleaning. Because one of the big problems, I think, in general in the Middle Americas is the cleanliness of the seed of, for example, Habano and other things. So the seed cleaning is something that we're really focusing on a lot now, to make sure that you have a more even crop, that things come out there. So no, we don't have everywhere our own fields, but if we don't have our own fields, it's a kind of contract manufacturing that goes on for many years. And again, if you can give a farmer his own land and let the farmer do his job at his own land, we do have our own phyto guys and engineers who go on the fields of the land that is dealt with by other farmers, and they do check, of course, these how he is growing everything. But if somebody is doing it for 20 years, I mean, it's more fine tuning what they do than real extra. I mean, than really changing the whole process. And really, I mean, I do think when you have a farmer who's dedicated, who's in love with his fields, who likes to do what he does with the people around him in his own village, I think also of a humanistic point of view, let's say it that way, it's good to try to keep that also alive. One problem with the farmers that if you don't have your own fields, because on our own fields we installed drip irrigation almost everywhere, so we try to reduce water use tremendously, and it is reduced tremendously. I think that's a next step for a cigar maker, and in the long-term future, we have to make fantastic products, but we have to take care about the land that we have. We have to make sure that we don't ruin the soil by over planting and by over fertilizing or giving too much water also in general from a plant point of view. So we're working very hard on water reduction, on also specifically on CPAs, on crop protecting agents. Those are things that we really want to reduce. If you want to grow a wrapper, you cannot do it without adding something that is protecting your crop, because otherwise it will be, it's just practically impossible. But you have to do that in a very wise way. When it's a farmer that is just selling tobacco, 1 week before he harvests, we have seen that some farmers were still using quite some, CPAs on their fields or fertilizer, things like that. I mean, the thing that is still on your leaf after drying, by giving it 1 week before you harvest it is huge. So what we said, and the impact is almost zero, because it's 1 week later you will anyhow start to harvest. So it depends on what stage of the harvest, of course. But I mean, when you're at the second the pick or the third one, I mean, it's clear that at that moment you don't need to go so much. But if you only grow tobacco, you only want to secure your crop. You don't care what are the CPAs that are still on your leaf. And that is really, if we then do things, it's really very active. Try to guide them, try to let them understand, what the difference is, instead of doing it the last week, doing it 3 weeks before. So, I mean, there are plenty of, I think, ways to do it smartly and to avoid that the cigar we smoke, I mean, to make sure that cigar we smoke is also environmental friendly as possible. So those are things we work very, very hard on these days, and I think that this is not something that brings us money on the short run at all. It's not the cost of the fertilizer or the crop protection agent that is making that for us. I mean, we would save money. This has nothing to do with that. It's even costing us money because we have to invest time in there. But we do this to make sure that 100 years from now we can still use the fields and we can still grow tobacco in a very good way.
Fred, could you just specify the process of cleaning the seeds a little more? We also had a question about that.
So when you grow tobacco every year, of course, it's a new plantation that comes up. The seeds that you use, or most often, what do you do? Normally you go to your biggest plants and you take, or biggest, not biggest, let's say best. The ones where you see that the leaves are even, where everything is okay. And of these plants that you select, you try to grab the seeds. And then you take these seeds and you use these seeds to do your crop of the year after. The problem with that is that it's not because the plant looks good that the seed is automatically good. And what have been with cleaning out seeds, what we do is that of crops of last year, but also, I mean, we are trying, fresh seeds and see like, look, I mean, what we can do. We are having test fields where we grow only 2 rows of tobacco, and we're seeing like which tobacco is really, I mean, what seed is really developing well. So let's say you take the best, and out of the best, you grow them you have 10 best. Your 10 best, you grow them in 10 times 2 rows. And then in these 10 times 2 rows, you take a look what is the best of the best. And that's something that we don't always see. And if you don't do that, and if you don't actively work on that, bit by bit, your plantation becomes a little bit, or your seed becomes a little bit weaker. And I believe that, yeah, again, it's also something that is consistency and quality on the long run. That's how we clean up the seed. So it's not selecting them by hand, but it's more looking to how seeds develop, and of your best seeds, you take out which one are the best of the best, and then you can use these the year after. And you will see, if you go to tobacco fields, take a look, you know, normally the sides of the fields, of course, the left and the right side of a row are always difficult to grow in an even manner. So you will always have maybe a little bit like this, where the sides are lower, but within a field, you know, I mean, you should see a very, very even row of plants. And that's something that we, with our farmers that we hire, you know, I mean, I don't talk about the colleagues specifically, but that it was not always the case. And I think, look, those are all things that it are all little things, but I think the longer and the deeper I'm personally in it, the longer and the more you appreciate that there is every year there are 15 steps that are added into the process in my mind, where we can do things better to make sure that the end product is better. Because a nice thing that we did now also for information is on the fermentation part. So the fermentation piles. Hey, in the past we had the system like everybody has, you know, where you have your thermometer inside the pilon. Hey, everybody here or cigar smokers know that system. You know, they take the thermometer out, they do the tour, they mark the temperature that the pilon has now, and when the temperature has risen to 115, 110, 120 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on the type of tobacco, you start to turn the pilon. Of course, if you do that with 5 pilons or 10 pilons, I have to say your turning rate will be perfect. You will do it at the moment that you have to do it. When you're talking about 150, 200, or even 500 pilons, you have more people, okay, agreed, but your timing is maybe not always perfect. And your graph that you see, I mean, is not, you don't see the exact graph. What we did now is we automated that process. So we have inside, we have a thermometer still inside, but that thermometer is taking both humidity and temperature and is linked with the internet. And is sending every, I think, 15 minutes, you know, the data to a central database. And so we can see on a screen now, we can see of all our pilons, we can see the evolution of the temperature. And we can follow it up very, very closely. It's going that far that the system is now sending an SMS and an email to the responsible of that area to say like, hey, I'm pilon number 127. And I will almost need to be turned. Hey, I'm pilon 138, I need to be turned. And a funny side joke was that the moment we installed it, the system worked very well, but our leaf buyer asked us to please turn off the SMSs at night, because he got like 15 SMSs while he was sleeping to say like, hey, I'm pilon 127 and I want to be turned around. But I love, you know, I mean, that's, if we look into if you would see the factory now, I mean, Fernand said like 3 years ago, you will see that, I mean, we try to keep, I mean, the core of everything, I mean, as traditional as it should be, you know, I mean, don't change anything, you know, don't speed up processes. This is a mistake, unfortunately, that now sometimes you see in some Cuban cigars and things like that, where some processes need to be speeded up. But okay, I mean, don't speed up the process. Keep the nature. Let the nature do its work. But if you can trace the nature a little bit closer and make sure that the nature that you see, that you have a little bit more data on how it works, I think that at the end of the day, your cigar will be better, will surely be more consistent. Your tobaccos will be more flavorful. I mean, I think it's always a positive.
There are some people that want to join the chat and they don't hear anything. How can they get in?
Are they already in and can't hear us, or do they have issues joining?
Maybe they are not signed in official, but they have the team app, they follow the link and they see everything, but they don't hear anything.
They should contact me via chat. I'm gonna help them out.
Okay, I'll write them.
Javier, you wanted to say something?
Yes, hello all. I was wondering how to manage with this because it's my first time with Zoom. And I'm close at home in Madrid, as you know. Not easy to smoke a cigar inside with kids. And the situation here is not very easy. Our politicians are working hard to do it worse than Italians and Chinese. So probably Spain will be the first with COVID in the world. So no easy. Fred.
Hola, Javier.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I mean, okay. Also locked down, but still in a better position than Spain, I think.
Yeah. I mean, this is been hard here in Madrid. I had the opportunity of visiting your factory in June with Maria Jose. I love it because I think you maintain the traditional way of making cigars with a very modern perspective. I mean that for me it was very surprising that although it's a big factory indeed, in all the tour we made, we never passed twice by the same place. So the work is very, very well organized, not like in traditional cigar factories. That is a little more chaotic, a little more romantic, if you want to say. But so congratulations for that, because I like it a lot. And I was very surprised with your aging rooms, with those high ceilings, modern and very well controlled humidity and temperature. And I saw that on the top shelf of one of these aging rooms, you keep your own cigars there, your private cigars there. At least Maria Jose told me your cigars were there.
That was a secret, Javier.
On the top shelf. And I wonder if you don't trust journalists visiting your factory. And you do well. Don't trust journalists visiting your factory. Keep your cigars in the top of the shelf.
Indeed. Yeah, there are. We have finally we have some more space in Granel now, and this is another thing. You know, I mean, it's good to have that space. That's what I said earlier. You know, I mean, when you talk about the stock, we have 3 months ready to ship, and everything is there safe. But in Granel, there are plenty of cigars, and some of these cigars we keep. We try ourselves. There are some developments we do there for the future. That we try to keep and to see how it evaluates. And you cannot, I'm sometimes curious how they can make whiskeys that were 30 years on a barrel. But I mean, for us, if we say that we have, if we will launch one day, I mean, a cigar that aged for X amount of years, I mean, those are sometimes the cigars you see over there as well. So it's a combination of a stock for my own and my, and let's say, I mean, the guys are of course around us and within the factory, but it's mainly also cigars that we try to keep in a very, in the perfect conditions and hope to keep them for many years and then see how they evaluate and then see what we can do with it later as well.
If you still have some master blend ones, start smoking them now. I smoked one recently and they're losing flavor now. They're getting at that point where they're becoming too old. So smoke them quickly. That's my advice. But then again, they're also almost 20 years old, so.
That's it. There are not too many left.
I know. Maria Jose gave me a few when she visited the Netherlands 2 or 3 years ago.
You're lucky. No, but cheers, Javier, and well seen. You know, I mean, again, you know, I'm happy to know that the secrets are not kept anymore with the journalists on a visit.
We'll all be texting Maria Jose now for some top shelf cigars.
Yes, indeed. Come on.
I'm very fond of that wrapper too. When I was working in La Aurora 6 years ago, Manuel y Noah wanted to make a blend for Felipe VI, Philip VI, the king of Spain. And my only participation in that blend, of course, because that is for Manuel, not for me, was I insist in the Sumatra wrapper for that cigar, which is for me is fantastic. And you know, I'm glad that you think the same as me. Look, I'm smoking this Gran Reserva Limitada Melanio, and I think it's a great cigar. Congratulations for this too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys have any plans to release a new Oliva this year or next year?
Like I said, we have things in the pipeline, but I think what we also did not, Oliva was not known to be a company launching cigars. I mean, the one after the other. You know, when they launched some things, I mean, I think they were, they did it after being well thought, and I think we do that as well. We came out with, we started doing our Melanio Limitadas in 2017, and this will surely continue, which is a nice development of a range of cigars that are let's say round Melanios, where two had another blend, but the two others, I mean, were round Melanios and shapes that never came out and that normally never will come out. So we are, of course, the ones of 2020 are already made, and but only will come out at the second part of the year. And then besides of that, we have it's not a Melanio, it will be a normal Oliva that will come out as well in the second half of the year, also on a limited edition. But we think that 2020 it's the start of a new decade. We go back to the Roaring 20s with that, and news will surely follow. But so there are surely developments, and there are longer term developments going on as well. But it's for me, I mean, I follow that mindset of the Olivas of the past as well. Yeah, when you develop a cigar, it takes years. You know, I mean, it's easy to make blends, but you have to make the blends. You have to make sure that they have the time to settle, to rest. You smoke them, you adapt them a bit. So it's always a process that goes very, very slow. And again, you know, I mean, I don't care that it takes time. Sometimes we have the pressure and we have a lot of demand of releasing and coming out with new things. We try to make sure that the things we have stay good, and that, you know, I mean, that when new things come, that they're really new. Oh, there is a phone ringing here. I have to say that I'm in a smoking lounge. Except I'm in a smoking lounge. Yeah, okay.
Questions out there?
In the meantime, I just wanted to say a big thank you. We had a lot of people coming in and joining us, and some of them already left. But thank you so much for joining us. It's an absolute pleasure. And also Javier, as you mentioned, with the situation being as tricky as it is in Spain, I think initiatives like this one are even more important to bring people together and to stay connected. So we're really happy that you're all here, and we appreciate your company.
Reini, that was your idea for this virtual cigar lounge, and thank you very much. It's great to see you all from all over the world. It's really, for me, emotional hour. It helped a lot. Thanks.
Thank you. And it's really about the community and all the people joining us. You know, this wouldn't be possible without any one of you. So thanks to all of you. And there'll be plenty more of that. So please also follow the link that we sent to all of you. So if you haven't joined or signed up, please do so that we can inform you about our next gatherings. And David, that's perfect. Exactly that. That's the spirit.
Keep you posted about the next gatherings, and I'll post it on Ministry of Cigars.
Thank you very much, Ferdinand. Appreciate it.
And also in my name, thank you very, very much again for, it was an honor to be here from my side. And I'm still enjoying my cigar. So I have to say we had very bad news today from the factories in Dominican and Sri Lanka who closed down. So it was a hectic day. It was not a fun day, you know. I mean, those are the days that you really, why you don't do it, let's say that way. But okay, you have to go over them and you have to survive them. And after a day like this, being able to just sit back, smoke a cigar and put your brains off, you know, I mean, is fantastic. So really, I mean, right, and this is only for me, it's, yeah, again, you know, it's only about some factories and practical things that you have to solve. I mean, what you in Italy and in Spain live now is much, much worse than that. So to me, it did already a lot. So really, really congratulations. And I hope that as a guest, I will be welcome in the future too, because it helps to switch off the brains. And my wife is nice company, but okay, I'm very happy to be here too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Any other questions, guys? This is a great opportunity to ask Fred some questions burning under your fingernails.
Yes, there are some nice nub cigars and Oliva cigars in a fresh pack sealed. There was in Germany last year and they stop it. So any chance that this cigar is coming back to Germany again? The package of 5, everything was in aluminium. The fresh pack.
The fresh pack.
Ones.
No, correct. We had it. It's the problem is that it's sometimes difficult, even in that fresh pack, to make sure that they are fresh enough. Secondly, we had some people said like, yeah, I mean, we wanted to have, if we buy these cigars, they're often sold in areas where they don't have a humidor. So then there was a discussion as, yeah, I mean, I bought them, but I don't have a cutter, you know, I mean, can you pre-cut them? And thirdly, also that some people then kept them outside of a humidor. Good, they're fresh packs, but if they're in a small shop and they're hanging next to the window and the sun is shining on them, the quality of the cigars was not always, I mean, to the level that we wanted to. So those were all reasons why we internally decided to stop the project. We're looking into systems that could secure it better or ways to do it even in a better way. But I'm personally more a fan of trying to have cigars in our cedar wood boxes and to keep them safe in a humidor at a good in a shop where they are used to sell cigars, because in a way it could broaden your spectrum of people being able to buy cigars. But imagine that somebody buys that cigar for the first time and they don't know what to expect and they don't have the guidance that a good shopkeeper can give them. You sometimes have disillusions as well of smokers, and I really want to personally avoid when people smoke one of our cigars for the first time. I really want them to have the best possible experience. So those were all reasons why. I never say never. I think it's something that it can make sense, especially for some regions, some countries. Every country is different, and Estanco in Spain is totally different than a shop in Germany, than the huge shop with lounges in the US. So we have to take care of that, but it's not an easy exercise.
Okay.
Good question.
It was ideal for golfing or motorbiking.
Yeah, but we have nice leather cigar holders. You know, I mean, Thomas, keep in mind that we sent one over to Henk.
I want to say hi to Therese. Hi, Therese.
There she is. My mother is in the background of my father, where she always is, supporting him.
I don't think Heiko needs a leather cigar humidor because he has these amazing cigar bones. So
I have here. Brian has it, and Thomas. I have some nub mini bones.
Yeah, I've already used yours, Hank. I've used your case already. Thank you, by the way, for that. It's beautiful.
And I gave my beautiful case to Laura, our marketing lady, so she will take care of it.
Very fresh inside. Boveda, everything. Cutter.
Yeah. Thanks. She will have a look at it, and maybe we can do something with that with Oliva.
Looking forward.
Thank you, Hank. As such, I'm also aware what happens, you know. No, but great. Thanks, Thomas and Brian.
Brian moved inside. It was too cold in New York.
Yeah, it was cold and it started to rain as soon as the meeting started. So I had to come inside. So now I'm sitting in front of a fireplace. It's nice and toasty now.
Brian, you can do like
about the Intertabac. So it is September. I think we have slightly a chance that there is no postponing.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Fred, you were saying?
Is there any news about
Brian, you can do
PCA?
like Gilberto is doing, you know, you can, instead of smoke, you can eat your Serie V, you know. It has a great flavor, not lighting it up and just biting on it, you know.
I was going to put some mustard on it.
Yeah. But Hank, about Intertabac, I think first we have PCA, you know, IPCPR. That is coming up even sooner than that. So I think that will be a first test on how people will look on the whole. I mean, how the world will look like in July.
I think it will be postponed.
September will be the next challenge.
I think
July is too early.
Has to eat it up, right? I remember.
Sorry, say again.
I remember, Brian. I remember you saying that if you ever got the #1 in Cigar Aficionado, you would eat a nub.
Yeah, I did. I actually ate it already. So it was yummy.
Yeah, I want a video of that.
It was #1 in Cigar Journal.
Hey everyone, just wanted to say hi. Raed here.
Hi, Raed.
Hi.
How's everyone?
Raed, hi.
How are
Hi,
you?
Raed.
Hey, Raed.
This is very interesting. I'm really enjoying this. Hey Fred, how's everyone?
As far, I mean, over here we're like in a bubble, you know. It's like the reality of the real world is not in this room, you know. So enjoying a cigar and not thinking about what's happening around us.
Yep, same here. Never spent so much time in my garden before.
You're locked up in Dubai as well?
No, not just yet. I mean, people are at the beach. They're the malls are still open. It's weird. It's they stopped. They locked up the airports. Very limited in terms of people coming in. They started by doing a quarantine for 14 days. Now they're not allowing anyone to get in. But the movement within the city is open. So you can go to the beach, you can go to the mall, you can move around. There are no limitations so far, but people are expecting for something to happen over the next 2 to 3 days. Because it's weird how it's chilled.
Yeah, fly out was
How is it in
prime.
Singapore, by the way?
Singapore, business as usual. The only thing they closed down is mosques and the border with Malaysia, but that's because Malaysia locked everything down. And if you fly into the country from risk areas, you'll be quarantined for 2 weeks. Like that happened with DJ Hoevenagel. He just came back yesterday. He's been locked up in his house for 2 weeks, but restaurants open, bars open, schools open, business as usual. So only mosques are closed because of a big outbreak in a mosque in Malaysia where Singaporean Muslims were. But that's it. Everything is normal here.
Actually, you just reminded me, there's freedom of movement, but restaurants, bars, clubs, schools, all of these things were closed over the past week plus.
No, everything is open here. Yes, I went to Universal Studios here a few weeks ago, and it was a wasteland. There was nobody there. That's why I went with the kids, because we could do all the rides instead of queuing up everywhere. But everything is open. Everything is business as usual. So I see everything, all over the world being locked up and locked down. Nothing here, except the border with Malaysia. I went to Kuala Lumpur last week. I got back Sunday, and Tuesday or Wednesday they closed the border. So I got out in time.
Do you really think that the IPCPR is going to be held?
I think they will have to postpone it.
I don't think that they're going to have time if they don't start with serious measures with this virus. Here in Spain, it's been terrible. We are closed at home and everything is stopped. Everything at home, everyone at home, and well, you probably see by media. And I guess that if the United States, as such a huge country, they don't start with serious measures in July, probably they are not going to celebrate the IPCPR.
I think, but that's been my opinion for a few years, that the IPCPR should be at a different time of the year anyway, not at the busiest moment of not at the busiest period of the year for the retailers. So I think PCA should take the advantage now and move it to earlier in the year. So people can start buying before the big season happening, before the sales go up. I think they should take advantage of this to reorganize PCA, but that's just my opinion. But I'm working on an article about that.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. First of all, people aren't going to be booking airline tickets with the chance that they're going to have to cancel it and later on. And so I think if it's going to happen, they would have to announce unlocking down the United States, the big cities, within a month or so. Otherwise, then it's going to get too late for people to prepare and really seriously put that effort into it. I think it's going to be tough for them to have it because it's coming up quick. That's my opinion.
It's not just the US. What's going to happen in Nicaragua? What's going to happen in the DR, Honduras, Costa Rica? If factories have to close down, or what's already happened in Honduras and what's happening in the Dominican, they won't be ready for the IPCPR. It's bigger than just the US.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. It's going to be hard.
From a hygiene point of view, and sorry if my question is a bit, how does this impact cigars? Does it actually impact cigars? I mean, I understand that some factories are being closed because of cases being found there, obviously, but does it actually impact the cigars? I mean, once you light up the cigar, that's it, right?
There is, up to my opinion, no impact on the cigars itself and on the making.
I would just stay away from Coronas. That's all. Smoke double Toros, smoke Robustos, no Coronas.
The Oliva number 4 wasn't produced anymore for Europe anyway, right?
No, it is.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
But it's, from what I understand, the virus will only live for a few days outside the human body. The cigars that you find in the shop are months old, so I don't think there's any danger. And then you light them, so the heat will kill the virus anyway before you get the smoke in your mouth. I'm not too worried about that. But then again, I'm not a medical professional. But I think that's the least of our concerns.
You can make a new limited edition extra 8 COVID-19. If you have your aging rooms full of cigars, maybe I'm sure that we are going to have Oliva Cigars for long, no matter the pandemic. Yes.
I saw on some of the comments of the group chat that some people have stock for 10 years. So if we don't have cigars, I mean, I know where to go to buy some.
Yeah,
I saw that.
You make them yourself, yeah?
They mostly have stock of old Cuban cigars, so forget the shit.
Yeah, then I won't come to your place. I'll stick to my Nicaraguans.
What else do we have here? We had Dubai, Singapore, Germany, Italy, Spain, Belgium.
UK was here, Malaysia was here, but they left.
Everybody write their country of origin or where in the chat, so that you have kind of an idea who is there and from which country. That would be awesome.
Oh, Sweden, Andre from Sweden. And we have the tequila from Mexico.
Some Austrian too, yeah?
Yes.
I'm Austrians also.
Yeah. Well.
Can you guys hear? Biggest impact.
We don't hear you well.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Eric.
Was the Kennedy administration. The Kennedy imported more cigars than anybody. They owned all the cigars. They brought everything in. And then that's how they got even more rich. It's crazy. But now it's a really weird time. And it's quite bizarre. Very, very bizarre. It's lovely to see everybody from all over the world. I hope everyone's doing fine with their families.
We're good here in Singapore.
Something happened to
Something's
So
happening.
Reinhard, what is the idea? You know, will it be a weekly meetup at the same time, or do you have I mean, is there already any idea on the frequency of this wonderful initiative?
So we'll certainly make it a regular installment. The idea was to do it thrice a week, so 3 times a week, or even 2 times a week. I think for now we'll stick to the time of 4 p.m. Vienna time, so we can bring in some people from Asia, from the US, or South America, because that's sort of middle of the way. So if that suits you all well, we'll keep the time at 4 p.m. Vienna time, and our next meetup is planned for Sunday, and then Wednesday after that. We will bring in
Sunday for
guests.
cigars.
We'll gather different people from all over the world, and hopefully we can discuss some other topics and different themes. In the future, we might also have some quite influential people from the entrepreneurial space. We'll have some guest speakers and people from the hospitality industry. I'm already in contact with some Michelin-starred chefs. We will have a master blender and a master distiller joining us next week. So if you guys are interested, there's plenty of topics that we want to address, plenty of people that we want to bring in. Not just cigars, but obviously, of course, always our core theme and the one thing we want to enjoy and embrace and share and smoke and enjoy together. But there's plenty of stuff coming, and we've been really working on that frantically for the last couple of days. And Sabina has been doing an amazing job. She's been a tremendous help. So big round of applause for her as well. And we're really trying to, get something going here, create some momentum, and bring all the wonderful people together. Well, because ultimately, this is the cigar family, and it's wonderful to connect the people, and of course some other industries.
And guys, how do you like it? Like, it would be awesome to get some short feedback from you, so that we kind of have an idea if you like it, what was good, how's your impression of our first meetup here on this launch?
Thank you very much.
Great idea. It's a brilliant idea. Gets everyone together. You share your points. I don't know how many countries are talking at the same time. I love this technology, especially with what's happening in the world right now. The screen behind Heiko is killing my eyes with all the advertising of Henk, but everything else is great.
I can change it.
I had to. It was.
I love the idea. Congratulations. It's been very good this hour or half an hour with you, smoking a cigar and forgetting about everything. But I have to say that a Spanish guy locked at home at 4 o'clock sleep siesta, as you know. So I sacrificed my siesta today for Fred. Huh?
I thought siesta was gone in Spain.
I'm a traditional Spanish, and I do siesta every day, half an hour.
Okay.
Right at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock,
yeah, well, more or less.
Well, Javier, now you have siesta 24 hours a day. I mean, see the positive way.
No, you know, this situation is strange because, well, I work at home. I usually work at home, and I have plenty of time in the mornings, my kids in school, my wife in her office, and you think that you are going to be locked at home 24 hours, and you're going to have a lot of time for doing things, and you don't have time. You know, it's strange, but suddenly you have plenty of things to do, and you cannot work. So at least the siesta.
Well, for me, it's past midnight. My alarm goes in 5.5 hours because I'll always go for long walks at 6 in the morning. So I'll be logging off soon. I'm glad it started at 11. If it started an hour, for me, 11 p.m. If it started an hour later, I would be in bed. But I really enjoyed talking to all cigar smokers from all over the world. So great idea. And thank you for setting this up.
Also, depending on our guests and some speakers that we might bring in, there could be some shifting back and forth, but we will keep you all informed and updated about that with our emails.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye,
How's everybody's cigars, by the way? Like, I see a lot of people are still enjoying their cigars.
Second one.
Ferdinand, the Master Blender 2 was excellent. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm shocked that you never had one before.
I had one before. That was a long time ago, but I have none left in my humidor. So thanks a lot.
I have 1 or 2 left, so I will need to call Maria Jose again, but I will do that when Fred is not around.
Yes, indeed, please.
Reach up to the upper shelf.
We'll all meet in Nicaragua and go up to the top shelf where Fred has the goodies. Well,
I think I will change the position of my cigar.
yeah. Now as we say in New York, now you can't leave. Now we got to kill you guys because you know the secret. That's it.
Well, I'm too far away to get killed anyway.
Oh, we'll find you. We will find you. Don't worry.
By the way,
well, if you come over, bring me some of the top shelf cigars, Brian.
Thanks to everybody who joined joining today and helping to organize, and our great host Reinhard.
Yeah.
Also Reinhard. Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you for Cigar Journal, Reinhard, Katja, that this is was so possible for us to organize in this short time. So thank you to everybody.
Well, maybe Marco Bilic is a good guest for a next one because he's got nothing else to do at the moment anyway.
You cannot give a micro to Marco Bilic. It's dangerous.
And I think he's without internet connection. Is that right?
Right. He's in the mountains. Yeah.
Rhino, is everybody of the Cigar Journal team still up and running, and does the printing company still work? You know, is there a danger for the next edition?
No, we had a delay in Asia with the printing and with the logistics, but the magazines are being shipped in Asia right now. US was already done. So for now, I think it's good. And then in May, when we print the next issue, hopefully everything's going to be fine. We'll see.
I think we were lucky that we were right before we printed, and now hopefully this 3 months will help us, or 2 months now.
Yeah.
So.
And I just want to take a minute to send my love to Guido and Therese. I don't often get to see you guys there, so Guido, make sure you give Therese a big hug and kiss from me, please, and from the family.
And Katja, I still have something to read, you know, so there is still it's thick enough to survive, you know.
See you guys. I will leave. Bye bye.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. To sneak out as well. Wish you all the best.
Stay safe.
Congratulations. Thanks for everything.
Thanks
See you
to
later.
our special guest, Brett. Thank you very much for being here.
Bye, bye all. Greetings
you,
from
Sabine.
Madrid. Stay safe.
Stay safe and good luck with the health and with the health of your families.
Thank you.
Cross fingers.
Maybe just a little extra for everybody who's still here. We are also setting up a little PayPal link, which I will post down in the chat. We would like to give something back, not only to the cigar smoking community, but to certain families who are in very tough situations at the moment. So we're gonna post a little link for everybody who would like to make a small contribution, like a little tip. Please feel free to donate maybe €1 or €2 so that we can help people who desperately need it at the moment. I will post it in the chat down below.
Good idea. Nice.
Indeed.
Well, I will need to go too. I just want to share one point of news with everybody is that Cigar Journal now is available in Dubai. So that's very exciting for us.
Yay!
Yeah. The feedback has been great and we're very excited about it. Yeah, Sabine, you've been a superstar as always. So everyone have a great night. Well, at our part of the world at least, and stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless. And hopefully we look forward to seeing you soon.
Hopefully.
And instead of waving, you know, I mean, we had the idea you cannot shake hands, you know. So instead of saying hello by a hand or a high five or a wave, you know, we said like, why not between smokers say like, hello, like this, you know, I mean, so that we know that when you meet somebody in the street, it says like, hello, we know it's also a common cigar smoker.
Excellent.
Great idea.
Good.
Excellent.
So,
goodbye.
Keep well.
To all of you.
Keep well. Love to all.
Thank you very much. I will leave here as well. Congratulations once again, and looking forward to meet you again very soon in this forum, and maybe hopefully one day in real life as well.
Okay, bye-bye, guys.
Ciao. Bye-bye. Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. Thank you.
Ciao, bye-bye.
I'm out as well. See you guys.
Bye.
See
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Heiko.
Bye-bye.
Adiós, un abrazo a todos. Goodbye. Bye.
Hasta la próxima vez.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Alla prossima, Pino.
Hasta la próxima. Finally, I got in again. I was off for 15 minutes, maybe more. This is really a great thing.
Dino, what is about Antwerp?
Can we have another question?
Is Antwerp still on the schedule?
No, I think we are now into discussion to cancel or postpone. So we have to decide which of the two.
Postpone will be good.
I know postpone will be good, but the first idea was September. But then September there is Intertabac, so we don't want to really interfere with that, and because it would be middle of September, so that's really close to Intertabac. So it will be the week before, or the week up. Anyhow, I don't think it will work. So we don't know. We have to find out the best solution for everyone.
Yes.
We may have a Cigar day on like this. We will ask the Cigar Journal to host us for a Cigar smoke on the Cigar day.
How
Like
do you invite to this Amici Cigar smoke online?
Sorry?
How do you invite to this Amici Cigar online smoke?
Basically, we have an Cigar page on Facebook where we put our ID and password to get in. But then it's we basically open to everyone. We do Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. It's mainly for Italian speakers, and Tuesdays